Since it came to America in early 2020, the effects of the coronavirus pandemic have reached every corner of our lives. It has changed the way you buy, finance, maintain, and insure your car. You may be worried about even being able to pay your car insurance premium, or be considering making changes to your auto insurance policy to save money and ensure continuing coverage. Early in the pandemic, most insurers have offered payment relief, halted insurance cancellations, and provided online claims processing for their policyholders. Many have provided partial premium refunds, since a majority of their policyholders reduced their driving due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Unfortunately, many of the programs aimed at those most affected by the pandemic have expired. Fortunately, there are still things you can do to maintain your policy, adjust your coverage, and avoid overspending on your insurance. Because the COVID-19 pandemic is lasting far longer than early predictions, now is the time to let your insurance company know that your driving habits have changed, and likely won't resume their normal levels for months or years. In this article, we'll strive to answer many of the questions we're hearing from auto insurance customers. What usually happens if I can't pay my insurance premium? In normal times, failure to pay insurance premiums on time will result in the policy being cancelled. Most policies have a grace period of up to 7 days before the coverage is terminated. Once a policy is cancelled, it's often more expensive once it's reinstated, if they offer to reinstate it at all. However, insurance companies and their regulators realize these aren't normal times. Insurers have instituted programs and procedures to assist customers who may have suffered a job loss, reduced hours, or medical issues. Each insurance company has responded differently, and the procedures for getting help can shift from day to day. It's important to reach out to your company as soon as you have an inkling you may need some assistance. If you wait until your policy is cancelled, it may be too late to take advantage of their forbearance program. Are insurance companies offering grace periods because of the coronavirus? Some insurance companies are still extending grace periods and halting cancellations for customers who can't make their payments due to the coronavirus pandemic. In some cases, the leniency was ordered by state insurance regulators. Most of the companies included in our car insurance comparison guide announced case-by-case programs to assist consumers. Before you miss a payment, you should contact your auto insurance company or agent online or by phone to find out if you can take advantage of a COVID-19 payment deferment. If you miss a payment without talking to the company first, it can be more difficult to take advantage of their hardship program. Can I switch to a cheaper insurance company because of the coronavirus? You can't switch to another insurer and be automatically assured of cheaper premiums. You can, however, take this pause in your normal activities as an opportunity to research your insurance options and make changes to your coverages, insurance company, or deductibles. In many cases, you don't have to change companies to get a better price. Because so many of us are spending far less time behind the wheel, you may be able to reduce your insurance rates simply by informing your insurer that you aren't commuting. Though most people should occasionally reassess whether their current insurer and coverage levels are best for their needs, many people don't look at their coverage until they have a major change in their life. It's one of those tasks that many just never get around to doing. Using this involuntary downtime as a chance to shop around can save you a significant amount of money. Our Auto Insurance Hub is a good place to start your research. In addition to finding the cheapest insurance companies in the marketplace, you can also explore when different types of coverages protect you and assess the amount of insurance you need. There is an exception to this idea. If you have new damage to your credit score due to missed payments from a job loss or reduced hours, now may not be the best time to look for new insurance or ask your current insurer for adjusted rates. Insurance companies use credit scores as one factor in setting premiums. If yours has taken a sudden dip, having an insurer check your credit right now could raise your rates, not lower them. The rate increases that come from having bad credit may well offset any savings you see from driving less. How do I get an insurance quote right now? It's not a good idea to sit across the desk from an insurance agent to discuss policy options right now. Fortunately, there are several socially distanced ways of getting car insurance quotes. You can call an agent or insurance company, contact insurers through their individual websites, or visit a website that can provide you with multiple quotes from one online application. It's important to provide complete and honest information on your insurance application, as insurers will verify the information on the application when determining your premium and fitness to be insured. You should provide information about the distances you'll likely be driving for the foreseeable future. This way, you're not paying to insure the number of miles you used to drive with your commute. Be sure to think about whether you'll be taking mass transit, or driving your own car to maintain social distancing. Can I get an insurance discount because I'm not driving to work every day? Yes, you can potentially save a bit of money because you're not commuting back and forth to work, traveling to weekend activities, and spending evenings out. Early in the coronavirus pandemic, most major insurance companies announced programs of premium refunds that were automatically credited to customers' accounts. Nearly all of those programs have expired. The actions of America's insurers weren't completely altruistic. They were trying to stay ahead of pressure from consumer advocates, state insurance regulators, and competitors. At least one insurer is currently facing a lawsuit alleging that it did not give enough back to its customers. Today, it's up to you to call your insurer and request an adjustment to the mileage you drive. Some companies may be willing to give you a price break, while others will see the event as temporary and be unwilling to reduce your rates. In the latter case, it's a good time to talk to other insurers. The Consumer Federation of America and the Center for Economic Justice sent a joint letter to state insurance commissioners. It stated that the number of accidents will dramatically decline as drivers are on the road less, and insurers should return overly expensive premiums to policyholders who are sheltering in place and driving very little. It states, if a policy was rated based on commuting to work, then anyone who is staying home and only driving to the market for supplies is paying a premium that is now excessive. Windfall profits for auto insurers and excessive auto insurance premiums should not be another harm visited upon consumers from COVID-19, said Robert Hunter, Director of Insurance for the Consumer Federation of America. Of course, the number of miles driven is only one factor used in setting car insurance premiums. Insurance customers who allowed their vehicles to be tracked and pay for insurance by the mile saw a rapid reduction in the size of the premium they pay. Customers of Metro Mile Insurance, for example, saw a direct effect on their premiums, without having to wait for a traditional insurance company to refund a fraction of the money they had already paid. On the other side of the coin are car owners who are skipping mass transit and driving their vehicles to essential jobs. They're likely putting far more miles on their vehicles than they originally told their insurers. They should call their insurance agent to avoid problems with their coverage if there is an incident. In addition to their premium refund program, Allstate and several other insurers extended protections to policyholders using their personal cars for commercial purposes, including the delivery of food, medicine, or other goods. They recognized many more businesses are having to deliver goods to stay afloat, and social service organizations are enlisting more volunteers who use their personal vehicles. Just to be on the safe side, before you start delivering food or groceries, or using your car for a volunteer endeavor, you should let your insurance company know. Should I cancel my coverage during this time? It's critical that you don't cancel your coverage, even if you aren't driving your car as much and you're less likely to get into a car accident. You'll likely still need to drive your car to the grocery store and medical appointments. Your car can still be stolen or damaged by storms, and you'll want insurance coverage to help you pay for repairs or replace your vehicle. Insurance companies don't like to see lapses in coverage, so the higher rates you pay when the crisis abates may offset any savings you gain. In many states, you're required to carry insurance on your car even if you're not driving it. Having insurance coverage is a requirement to register a vehicle with most state DMVs, and most lenders and leasing companies require customers to maintain a certain level of car insurance. If you're not driving at all, you can save money by reducing your coverage to the minimum required by your state and lender. Of course, you'll want to readjust your coverage when you start driving again. Will coronavirus affect my ability to file an insurance claim? The coronavirus shouldn't affect your ability to file an insurance claim, though it might affect the time it takes to get your vehicle repaired. Most insurance companies offer online claims portals, where you can upload documents, photos of the vehicle, and notices of any property damage. An adjuster may ask you to take photos or a video of specific vehicle damage, so they can appraise the damage remotely. Auto repair shops are exempt from many stay-at-home orders. Their hours and staffing may be reduced, however. Though most parts shortages from production interruptions have eased, some parts may still be in short supply. What should I do if I'm in a collision or stopped by the police? Even with far fewer cars on the road than normal, collisions are still going to happen. You'll want to perform all of the duties you're required to do by law, while trying to put as much social distance between yourself and the other driver as possible. One way to share information while maintaining social distancing is by placing your documents, driver's license, registration, and insurance cards, on the hood of your car, then letting the other party photograph them with their smartphone, then repeating the process with the documents. You'll want to comprehensively photograph the scene, as the police may not respond, and you'll want documentation to provide to your insurance company. Be sure to get the other party's email address, as much of the claims process will likely happen over email or through an online claims portal. In some places, police agencies are taking reports over the phone or online, rather than responding to incidents. If you are stopped by police, you want to do exactly what they ask you to do. Different agencies may have varying approaches to vehicle stops, and officers will be doing everything they can to ensure both your safety and their own. Many jurisdictions have announced relaxed enforcement of expired tags, both to limit officer exposure and because agencies that issue renewals may be closed.